Welcome to War Bios, the podcast where we delve into the most pivotal conflicts in history, and I'm your host, General Biography. Today, we're going to explore one of the most significant battles of World War II, a clash that would prove to be a turning point in the war, the Battle of the Falaise Pocket. This epic struggle, fought in the summer of 1944, would witness the culmination of Allied strategic planning and the unwavering resolve of troops on both sides, setting the stage for the eventual liberation of Western Europe. As we embark on this journey through the earliest history of the Battle of the Falaise Pocket, let's set the stage with a vivid description of the landscape. The rolling hills, verdant fields, and quaint villages of Normandy, France, would soon become a battleground, scarred by the ravages of war. The strategic crossroads town of Caen, with its historic architecture and bustling streets, stood at the epicenter of this impending maelstrom. The origins of the Battle of the Falaise Pocket date back to June 6, 1944, D-Day, when Allied forces landed on the beaches of Normandy, marking the beginning of Operation Overlord. The successful landing and establishment of a solid foothold on French soil paved the way for the next phase of the campaign, breaking out of the beachhead and pushing deeper into France. As the Allies advanced, they encountered fierce resistance from German forces who were determined to hold their ground. Field Marshal Erwin Rommel, the legendary Desert Fox, had been tasked with defending the Normandy coast against the Allied invasion. Under his command, German units, including the elite Panzerlehr Division and the 12th SS Panzer Division Hitlerjugend, had heavily fortified the region with pillboxes, minefields, and artillery emplacements. The Germans were well entrenched, and every inch of ground would be fiercely contested. As the Allies pushed inland, they launched a series of operations aimed at breaking through the German defenses. On June 11, 1944, American forces launched Operation Cobra, a massive armored assault that sought to secure the town of St. Lo and create a breach in the German lines. Meanwhile, British and Canadian forces launched Operation Goodwood, a series of attacks designed to capture Caen and push the Germans back. These operations laid the groundwork for the Battle of the Falaise Pocket. As the Allies continued to apply pressure on the German lines, they slowly but surely pushed them back. On July 18, 1944, British forces launched Operation Atlantic, a series of attacks aimed at capturing the town of Caen and securing the Orne River bridgehead. The Germans, realizing their position was becoming increasingly untenable, began to retreat, leaving behind a trail of destruction and chaos. The stage was now set for the Battle of the Falaise Pocket, a clash that would witness the encirclement and destruction of the German army in Normandy. As we enter the summer of 1944, the Allies have established a solid foothold in Normandy, but the Germans remain determined to hold their ground. Field Marshal Gunther von Kluge, who has taken command of German forces in the west, is under pressure from Hitler to launch a counterattack against the Allies. However, the situation on the ground is increasingly dire for the Germans, with their lines stretched thin and their troops exhausted. On August 8, 1944, Canadian forces launched Operation Totalize, a bold assault aimed at breaking through the German defenses and capturing the strategic town of Falaise. The Canadians are supported by British and Polish troops, as well as a massive aerial bombardment that seeks to weaken the German lines. As the Allies push forward, they encounter fierce resistance from the Germans, who are determined to hold their ground. One of the most significant events of the battle occurs on August 12, 1944, when American forces launch Operation Luttich, a daring assault aimed at capturing the town of Alençon and cutting off the German retreat. The Americans are led by General George Patton, who has been tasked with exploiting the weaknesses in the German lines and pushing deep into France. As the Americans advance, they encounter fierce resistance from the Germans, but ultimately succeed in securing the town and blocking the German escape route. As the Allies continue to push forward, they begin to encircle the German army in Normandy, setting the stage for a massive trap that will ultimately lead to the destruction of the German forces. The Germans, realizing their situation is hopeless, attempt to break out of the pocket but are met with fierce resistance from the Allies. On August 19, 1944, the Canadians launch Operation Tractable, a final assault aimed at closing the Falaise Pocket and trapping the remaining German troops. The bravery and sacrifice of the soldiers who fought in this epic struggle are a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. As General Omar Bradley, commander of the American 12th Army Group, would later remark, the Battle of the Falaise Pocket was one of the most decisive battles of the war, and it marked a major turning point in the campaign. The battle would ultimately result in the capture or killing of over 50,000 German soldiers, dealing a devastating blow to the German army and paving the way for the Allied liberation of Western Europe. The consequences of the Battle of the Falaise Pocket will be far-reaching, shaping the course of the war and ultimately contributing to the Allied victory. The aftermath of the Battle of the Falaise Pocket was marked by a massive Allied advance into France, with the Germans struggling to regroup and recover from their devastating defeat. The capture or killing of over 50,000 German soldiers had dealt a significant blow to the German army, leaving them severely depleted and demoralized. As the Allies pushed forward, they encountered increasingly weak resistance, and by the end of August 1944, they had reached the Seine River, marking a major turning point in the campaign. The Battle of the Falaise Pocket also marked a significant shift in the balance of power on the Western Front, as the Allies began to gain the upper hand against the Germans. The bravery and sacrifice of the soldiers who fought in this epic struggle would be remembered for generations to come, serving as a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. As General Dwight D. Eisenhower, Supreme Allied Commander of the Allied Expeditionary Force, would later remark, the Battle of the Falaise Pocket was a major victory for the Allies, and it marked a significant milestone on the road to Berlin. In the years following the battle, the town of Falaise would become a symbol of French resistance and liberation, with the locals working tirelessly to rebuild and restore their community. The battle would also be remembered as a testament to the strength and resilience of the Allied forces, who had worked together to achieve a common goal. Today, the Battle of the Falaise Pocket is commemorated by numerous memorials and museums, serving as a reminder of the sacrifices made by soldiers on both sides of the conflict. As we reflect on the legacy of the Battle of the Falaise Pocket, it is clear that this pivotal moment in history continues to shape our understanding of war and its consequences. The battle serves as a reminder of the importance of cooperation and teamwork, as well as the devastating consequences of war on individuals and communities. As we move forward, it is essential that we remember the lessons of the past, working towards a future where such conflicts are avoided, and the bravery and sacrifice of soldiers like those who fought in the Battle of the Falaise Pocket are never forgotten. In conclusion, the Battle of the Falaise Pocket was a pivotal moment in World War II, marking a significant turning point in the campaign and shaping the course of history. The bravery, ingenuity, and sacrifice of the soldiers who fought in this epic struggle will always be remembered, serving as a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity even in the face of overwhelming adversity. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm General Biography reminding you to keep marching toward victory.